Erica. Swizz Beatz and Timbaland done sold out, y'all. They saying that Timbaland and Swizz Beatz is some sellouts because they decided to sell the rights to their show Verzuz, okay? And they sold it to Triller, alright? Now, this comes from Pitchfork. It was announced, of course, through social media that they, along with several other people, will now own equity in Triller. And the list of artists who will own equity, which means they'll make money back from it, will be John Legend. All the people, basically everybody that was involved in the Verzuz prior to them selling it is going to get some type of money from this sale that they did to the Verzuz. Now, it's not even about the deal being done because honestly, you know, whatever, get your money. But the thing is, the biggest question is, and DJ Academic said it, and it's like, do we view, and do you guys view Timbaland and Swizz Beatz as sellouts for deciding to sell their music catalog? For deciding to sell their brand Verzuz over to Triller and basically transfer their wealth over to a much larger organization and no longer being black owned. Because a lot of times when we see a lot of these performers and things like that, these business people in the music industry, they always seem to want to brag about things being black owned, but then they sell it and it's no longer black owned. And I wonder, you know, it wasn't the best idea for them to do this, and what will be the ramifications of them deciding to sell this brand that was once black owned to another organization who is not, or business that is not black owned. You know what I mean? And do you feel like it was a smart move? I mean, I'm not exactly sure the numbers of how much they got paid for it. So maybe it is a smart move for them to be able to bring in income and secure a bag for their entire family. And maybe they wasn't making as much money with just being black owned. But it's just sad that a lot of times when we see well-known business owners and celebrities, stuff like that, that open black-owned businesses, they sell it, you know, and give it away to non-black owned companies and stuff like that, and just like relinquish their entire rights to it. And oftentimes when people sell a business because the business is failing and it's not bringing them, it's bringing them more debt than profit. And I mean, like, if that makes more sense for them to do that, then go ahead by all means. But I feel like Verzuz is still hot right now. And I feel like it's still making them money, so I don't know why they would sell it. But at the same time, we do live in an ADHD society where it's like, you know, something like a Verzuz will be hot for only until quarantine is like literally over. Like this whole COVID stuff is literally over. And then no one's going to be checking for it. And, you know, Swizz Beatz and Timbaland basically like, yo, let's cash out while this stuff is still popular. You know, and me personally, I mean, if that's what you got to do to feed your family, then so be it. I know it's a lot of people that's hurt behind it and feel a certain kind of way because they don't feel like Swizz Beatz and Timbaland should have taken their black-owned business and transferred the wealth over to a non-black company who decided to buy them out. But sometimes business is business, and, you know, I feel like it's not just a black and white thing. I feel like, you know, people in general, business people in general, if you're taking black people out of it, this is what business people do. You know, sometimes they make big businesses and they're successful, then they merge, then they buy out other businesses, you know, whatever works best for them to be able to continue to be capitalists and grow and make money that's going to be able to pass down generational wealth to their family. That's what they do, be it black or white. You know what I'm saying? So y'all tell me what y'all think about that. And meanwhile, while we're on the subject of Verzuz, it's been unveiled that the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind and Fire will be going head-to-head in Verzuz on April 4th. And I am looking forward to this. This is something, like, you know, very legendary. I'm looking forward to seeing these two legendary acts go head-to-head. You know, they are legendary in the black community, and they're legendary in the music community, the R&B community. And they are literally the, you know, the cornerstone for sampling music with hip-hop artists. And particularly the Isley Brothers is very well known for having their music sampled by people like the Notorious B.I.G. and so many other people throughout the decades with their music that they produce, including Aaliyah. Aaliyah did a cover of the Isley Brothers' At Your Best So many different people in the black community, and especially the hip hop sector, has benefited from the creations and the work of the Isley Brothers, and of course also Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I'm looking forward to seeing it and seeing them go head to head, because Earth, Wind, and Fire, comparing the sounds of these two amazing groups and talents, these legends, as you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire is a group that I think of when, you know, I'm ready to just, you know, have an upbeat energy workout or just go outside and just enjoy the sunshine. And the Isley Brothers is one of those, you know, the quiet storm slows down type of stuff. And you know, it's there for you to be able to make babies. And not saying that Earth, Wind, and Fire don't make, you know, don't have music that makes babies and stuff. Of course, they both did, because they're basically from the same era. But I'm just saying, y'all, I'm just comparing the two in my mind of my favorite songs from them and what type of songs are my favorite. And, you know, I love September. Do you remember? September. Like, I love that. And Isley Brothers, Making Love Between the Sheets. Making love between the sheets. Ba-da-ba-ba. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, comparing the two, it's just like, who, you know, I don't think there's no winner in that. Honestly, it's just a celebration of black music, black arts, black culture, and I'm looking forward to hearing the beautiful music being, you know, just going through the catalog and reminiscing all of those songs and stuff like that. And granted, all of those songs were released. The majority of all the songs that they're going to play on Verzuz was created before I was born or even thought of. But I've been around for about 29 years now. So, you know, I grew up listening to that music, of course, because they continually still play it on the radio. Even though songs are 40, 50, 30 some odd years old, they're still playing those records. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's going to be a great celebration, man. Will you guys be watching Verzuz? For one, are you guys going to be watching Verzuz? And also for two, do you guys feel like Timbaland and Swizz Beatz are sellouts, like DJ Academic said? And I think he also said the same thing about Jay-Z, saying that he's a sellout as well for selling his two businesses. Y'all comment below and tell me what y'all doing.